Well, welcome to another Sty Times. It's good to see you all. Yeah, it always is. It's always great to see you all out there. Oh boy. Yeah, we only had a few folks out there in the chat early today. Um, just scrolling back, taking a look. JDS Flynn Canuck popped in real early. And then we had Cindy Lou popping in. And then we had Grilling and Chilling with Mojo. Hey, Mojo. Great to see y'all. Now we got, let's see, I'm getting down here. We had Kimberly Ferris popped in. There she is. Good to see you, Kim. And then we got Ben Kroll. Awesome. Morning. There's Kayla Ferris. Good to see you, Kayla. Awesome. There's Gemma. Gemma's Journey Grace. Great to see y'all. Wonderful. Guess what? Guess what, folks? Guess what today is? It's Friday, February 11th, 2021. And Sty just turned 65. Yeah, it's old Sty's B-Day. The one day that us old guys, we don't celebrate too much, you know. I celebrate every single day, man. I wake up and I go, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a great day. I'm here. So when a birthday comes along, you just kind of go, well, that's just another day. I was happy just waking up, you know. Hey, everything spicy's out there. Good evening. He says he's driving home, of course. Saying hello to everybody. Hey, that's not why I brought that up. I'm just saying I am so glad that I can be here with you guys. And we got crazy Phil doing this stuff. Happy birthday, my friend. He says, hey, just having you as a friend. Awesome birthday present, my bud. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't know what to do without you, pal. Great, great people. There's Neighbor Girls. Great to see you. Thank you for the happy birthday. Tim Woods is in the house saying happy birthday. Thanks, guys. And happy birthday, Gemma. Happy birthdays is enough, guys. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. The like I said, I treasure every single day, and one of those days just happens to be the day I was born on. I don't know if that, you know, for some people they'd say, "Oh, that was a blessing that you were born on that day." Others would say, "What a curse, boy." February 11th, 1957. That's when it's all started. Yeah. Don't worry about that guy. He ain't gonna be nothing. He ain't gonna turn out to be nothing because he ain't all that. the All right, now this is good. Metal Music Maniac, buddy, it's good to see you. And he says somewhere you can get a slice of pie with a slice of cheddar on the side for the birthday. I would have loved that. Nice hot, fresh piece of apple pie with a slice of cheddar. Oh, that'd be sweet. But guess what? That's why I think it's cool you even said that. About 2 hours ago, there's a knock at my door, and I go to the door, and it's this gal that lived in the apartment building I used to live in. She's got something in her hands, right? It's got this cotton white cloth over it. And I go, what are you doing here? And she said, I had to swing over. I just took off from the house, came straight over here. And I said, for what? What are you doing? She goes, happy birthday. And she hands me what she's got in her hands. And I reach it, take it. And I could tell by the shape of it right away once I had it. It's a pie. And she takes the cloth off the top of it. And it's got like a plastic lid over it. And she just had the cloth to hide it, I think. She took the cloth off. It's a homemade, freshly homemade banana cream pie. Holy God. If I wasn't holding that pie, I was going to be doing backflips out on the porch. So I got myself a homemade banana cream pie sitting in my fridge. That's what I'm doing after this show tonight. I'm sitting in front of the TV. I don't know what I'm going to watch, but I'm going to sit there and start eating that pie. I know I'll get sick from eating too much of that pie, but I'm going to do it anyway. Everything Spicy says, the blue hair has found you. Well, she isn't quite a true blue hair yet, pal. She's 53 years old, so that makes her, what, a year younger than you? So watch it, buddy. She's only 53. The Spicy saying sex and pie. No, 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 no. The oh, Tracy's birthday was yesterday. Hey, I tell you what, all the good folks in the world were born in February. Ain't that terrible? Come on, shut up, Sty. You're not all that. Today's topic, I'm not all that. Yeah. Hey, James. Kite, kite. That's cool. That's cool. I love it. Welcome to Sty Times. Welcome to Sty Times. But what a topic, eh? What a topic title. I'm not all that. Well, I ran into some old acquaintances. They were kind of like work associates that we knew for each other for years and worked together for years. They were talking about their careers, and they're retiring now, these two. And they said, man, doesn't matter how old you're getting, Sty, we really, in the industry, what I did for a living, they said, we'd love to have you back, man. They said, you could make yourself some pretty good money. I said, oh, don't even go there. Don't even go there. I'm done, man. I'm being selfish. I'm being selfish. What's left of life is all about me. I want to love and enjoy every minute. And my work was work. It was a lot of stress. And I said, I can't get back into that. And they said, but you're the man. Oh my God, man. Amongst all of us in that field, man, you excelled over everybody. You brought so much money to Native American communities and did so much and this. And all of a sudden the light came on and I said, stop. I'm not all that. I'm not all that. Well, they were upset. They said, come on, man, you got to realize what you accomplished during your career. I said, I know what I did and didn't get done in my career. I said, and I understand and I accept I was good at it. Yeah. And it was because I had a passion for it. I loved my job. I loved what I did. And I said, but it's a wash. I'm not all that. And thinking back to that conversation, I realized I had said that to them so many times. I'm not all that. I penciled that down and I've got it on the Sty Times show list because there's a lot to that. I'm not all that. I don't see myself as being all that in anything in my whole life. 65 years. I'm not all that. I'm not something great. I'm not something that stands out above all others. I'm not all that. I may be to some other people looking in, But me looking out, I'm not all that. Maybe they just don't know me well enough. I've had successes in my life, some of them just awesome, huge successes that you, and yes, I suffered with a little bit of pride over some of those successes. But when I look at my whole life, for every one of those great successes, I had a great failure somewhere along the way too. So it's a wash. It's a wash. I'm no better than anybody else. I'm no better than anybody else. I'm not all that. I'm not all that. There's times in my life I'm not proud of. And there's times in my life that I am proud. But it's all a wash. It's all a wash. Every time I did something that I felt I could be proud of, I had to tell myself, you're lucky, man. You did something that made up for back when you did that thing that you have no pride for. You got nothing to brag about, boy. That was bad. That was a bad, bad thing you did. You really failed. So my successes, all they did was fill the holes that my failures created. So I'm not all that. I'm just another person going through life. Anytime that I've allowed pride to build up in me and say, yeah, boy, I'm doing great, man. This is good. Ain't I the man? Something's going to come around and bite me in the ass. Because that pride, that self-pride, can go too far. There's nothing wrong with a pat on the back. You accomplished something that you really put your heart into and you worked hard and you just weren't sure if it was going to go the way you wanted. And all of a sudden, boom, there it is. You got it. You did it. You can take a little pride. Give yourself a pat on the back. Say, yes, man, you did it. You did it. You exceeded your own expectations. Good for you. Pat on the back. Well, then here comes everybody else, and they're patting you on the back. Well, that starts feeling pretty good. So everybody you talk to, you pat yourself on the back to them. Yeah, ain't I all that? See what I did? Oh, yeah, good pat on the back. Yeah. And they're going, well, doggone it. Yeah, that's great. They give you a pat on the back. You're the man. You're all that. And you're starting to think, I'm all that, man. Look at what I did for these people, or look at this accomplishment. I'm all that. When you start thinking that you're all that, hang on tight. The grilling and chilling with Mojo. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. We fail. We all fail. Wait, you're better than me. No, I'm better. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're equal. Pride. I mean, I am, man. I love you, Sty. The thing is if we go through life looking for the successes of those people in our lives, all of our acquaintances, our dear friends, our family, if we keep our eyes open for their successes and we go give them that pat on the back, we shouldn't be letting people ever feel they need to ask for a pat on the back. We shouldn't expect people themselves to think they are all that. We should let them know that to us, they are all that. Where it becomes a problem is when the individual starts saying, I'm all that, because it leads to, I'm better than you, I'm better than that. No, you're not. I'm not. None of us are. We're not better than the next guy. Some people, yeah, they're bad people. They're just, they've gone astray. They're bad people. Does that mean that you're better than them? Hold back. They may change their ways. They may have that great success someday. And then you're going, wow, for such a failure, you know what? They're all that, man. They're all that. Look at what they accomplished. Oops. And I judged them there. My whole life, I judged them as being just bad. It's not worth it. It's not worth even troubling yourself with trying to determine how bad somebody is or how good somebody is just put yourself in their shoes. When I start telling myself I'm all that, I have to rein myself in. Pride can beat me up. The thing is I found that the less I think of my accomplishments as being better than what somebody else would have done, the less I go down that road, the better I actually feel about myself. And I personally have seen some people, and I'm sure all of you have experienced it. Some people, they themselves personally believe, I'm all that. I'm better than you because I'm all that. I know more than you. I accomplish more than you. I do so much more than you. And it's because I'm all that. Actually, they're hollow. They're not that. They're not all that. They're all about themselves. People like that a lot of times become know-it-alls. And when they become know-it-alls, they never learn. They never learn from their own failures, let alone somebody else's. Well, how can they? Because they don't fail. They're all that, and they know it all. So they can't learn a thing because they already know it all because they're all that. I don't want to be a person that feels that I'm all that. I really, the time and the lawn dog saying, when it comes to our accomplishments, I get jealous when I hear about the time and resources you put into your current computer setup. It's fantastic. No, my studio setup, there's a good example. I like sharing that with people, saying, hey, look what I got, man. Check this out. It humbles me. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling all of you. My studio and all this fantastic, awesome equipment humbles me so much. Well, for one thing, I didn't do this all on my own. My son, running water, was a huge contributor. I would say 50%, at least 50% of what's here. If he didn't provide it, he gave me the access and the lead to get a piece of equipment at a price I could swing. I'm not all that. This studio didn't change me a bit. All it did was make, where it did change me, it humbled me and it made me have that much more fun. I enjoy it. I love my studio. And time and effort, it didn't feel like time and effort. It was a fun adventure. Yeah, there was a lot of failures. Oh, look at that. I got this all set up and it don't work. And when I set the mixer up, I'll tell you what, just to get one microphone to actually work and function and be able to tweak that in took so much. It took so much. It was really a failure. It eventually got worked out. Running Water and I were on line with each other, and I'm going, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. Finally, we got the mic working. And then he says, yeah, it sounds like crap. I said, oh. And we're going to have to do this, do that, do that. And finally, we got it keyed in. Well, that wasn't a big success. That was just a process, just a process. And it was enjoyable. Even though it was frustrating and stressful, it was enjoyable. It was part of life's experiences. And getting it all to work together is accomplishment in itself. Well, and that's it, is I will give myself a small pat on the back that I managed to get a studio together like this. I had a webcam on a $19 tripod. That's what I use to do my live streams at home. I hung tapestries behind me of woodland scenes, outdoor scenes, and stuff. That cost me $15 a piece. I think I had 4 or 5 of them, and I would swap them out during the seasons. But all it was a webcam and an old beat-up desktop computer, or my beat-up old laptop. My laptop computer's in my bedroom, and I was using it, in fact, last night. And I found myself sitting there, just tapping my face like, come on, hurry up, come on, hurry up. When I bought that laptop, I can remember firing up and going, yes, ooh, super fast, boom. Yeah, now we're cooking. And now I just sit here and go, oh, come on. I can't even live stream with that laptop anymore. It lags. But it's no worse than it was the day I bought it. But the day I bought it, I thought it was just the cat's ass. And I had a lot of people, they'd see me with my laptop, my webcam, and I said, yeah, I'm going to do it live. And they're going, oh, my God, Sty, that's something, man. You got a YouTube channel? That's so cool. And you're doing all these shows. Man, you're the man. You're all that. I had to reel back and go, I ain't nothing, man. I got a $300 laptop. I got a $35 webcam. And that's it. I ain't all that. No. Now I've got all this equipment. I got 3 screens. I got a big 14 channel mixer. I've got a stream deck. I've got 2 desktops running the whole system. I got high-end lighting. I'm still a long ways from being all that. I ain't all that. All this equipment. Yeah, it's all that. Check out all that equipment, man. That equipment, it's all that. If you want to say, Sty, your studio is all that, go ahead. I'm not all that. The studio is. This studio is pretty awesome. Yeah. I'm just your country bumpkin sitting here at this fancy ass studio. That doesn't make me as a person all that. Not at all. Me, Dibble, I'm not ignoring you. I love the fact you're here. Step Van Dan just popped in the house. It is so good to see you. All that and a bag of chips, by golly. Yeah. And that's it, is my ex-wife and I, that's one thing both of us really did see eye to eye on, is that neither one of us were all that. I loved her, she loved me, even though we weren't all that. We weren't all that. We weren't the best husband and wife. Both of our roles were pretty screwed up. 38 years we stuck it out. Well, I must have been something. I wasn't all that because she didn't stay with me, right? She only stayed 38 years only. If I was all that, heck, she would have had me stuffed and sitting in my recliner well after I was dead and gone. Because he was all that, man. So we got him memorialized. We're going to have him sitting there. It's like I said, it's when you individually start thinking you're all that. There's nothing wrong with having people from the outside looking in telling you, boy, you're all that. But remind yourself, they're seeing you from a whole different perspective than you see yourself. And it's best that you humble yourself and accept the fact you're not all that. Oh, Lori, thank you. She says, happy birthday, Sty. It's so good to see you, Lori. But Gemma, I hope I do inspire you and others to just, even if it's just to stop and reflect on yourself and think a little bit, what could I do? The simplest little things to make my day a happier day. Can I cheer myself up somehow? Don't count on others to always do it. Sometimes you just got to do things yourself, right? And what's me Dibble saying here? I know a streamer whose equipment was all that epic gear, but within 2 weeks of the new studio being finished, it floored. So to be real, all you can change overnight. All that can change overnight to nothing. I've got a real life experience with that. This desktop computer over here that runs my 2 outer screens and all the alternative programs I run while I'm doing streams, that machine, it's a good machine. Well, I should say it was a good machine. It's an iffy machine right now. And it will be iffy to me for the rest of its existence. I was doing regular live streams. Boy, I was doing like 3 or 4 a week. That machine never gave me trouble, ever. Flooded, Yeah. But that machine never gave me trouble. And all of a sudden, it crashed. I mean, it crashed. It was dead. It was dead in the water, man. So I used my laptop and I did a quick live stream and a channel announcement. Folks, my machine totally trashed out. I don't think there's any fixing that bugger. And that machine had everything on it. I'm a kind of guy, I like redundancy. I back everything up, back it up, separate. But foolishly, for about 6 months, I wasn't backing things up off of that machine. So I lost everything. And I was just in a somewhat of a panic because people wanted to be able to watch the show, they wanted the live streams. So I did this little live stream and I let them know what happened to the machine. And I said, but I got it figured out. Well, I'm a retired old boy. I don't have a big retirement put away. I don't run to Florida in the winter, back to Wisconsin in the summer. I don't have those kind of resources. So, but I do have enough retirement income that I live comfortably. Okay? So I looked at my budget and I figured it out. Within 3 months, I could replace that machine. So I let my audience know. No matter how good I thought I had it, no matter how much I thought I'm all that, I wasn't. In a snap of the fingers, I wasn't all that anymore. I was right back to square one, using a laptop that's lagging. I couldn't get blue screen to work, so they're looking at junk behind me in the house or at the apartment. I went from all that to you ain't crap, boy. Guess what happened? I never asked for any help to fix that machine. Never asked. I took that machine to a local computer store down here, Independence. They're great guys. I did business with them for over 20 years, commercially. So I take my private machine down there and I said, here's what happened. And they said, ooh, that ain't good. That ain't good. So they tore into it. They found out that there were some major issues. Certain things they couldn't do that they were sure of. They said, let us work on it. But because they're a commercial operation, they don't deal with the general public. They're going to work on it on their spare time. And they said it's going to be 2.5, 3 months, probably before we get around and get done with it, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, whatever, and let me know what I owe you. Well, I ended up with a new hard drive put in it. And that was the only out-of-pocket they charged me. No labor, anything other than that hard drive. And they gave it to me at cost. That was pretty nice of them. But in the meantime, all of my viewers piled in and they funded for me to have this machine that now operates all of my YouTube, all of my internet activities off this one big powerhouse I've got. My viewers provided that. So keep in mind, this studio, the real heart of it is this computer that's the powerhouse for this whole operation. Where did it come from? It came from my viewers. So am I all that, or are they all that? You viewers are all that. You're what's all that to me. I'm not all that. You are. You're wonderful people. And here you are. But I tell you what, we went a little over halftime, and I'm going to take a quick peek at the chat here to see who's showing up and what people are talking about. Well, I show off my channel members for less than 50 seconds. So I'll be right back with you. I see Burger King of rock and rolls in the house. Welcome to Sty Times. It's so good to see you. So good. And thank you. I hope you enjoy the content. The you know the thanks, Lawn Dog. That's encouraging, and that's what when people want to give you a pat on the back and or tell you you're all that, take it as encouragement, not to stop, not to give up on yourself. Because if you don't give up on yourself, that reflects to other people. That helps inspire them for them to see you have confidence, at least in yourself. And take it for what it is. And that's just encouragement to continue to be you, a person that's so self-absorbed that they really personally believe, I'm all that. You're not, but I am. I'm all that. They're not very confident in themselves at all. I don't need to try to remind myself that I can accomplish things. I don't need to remind myself of that. What I do need to remind myself of at times, though, is to stay encouraged, to endeavor to persevere. Keep moving on, and be yourself. Because if I think I'm all that, I don't know that I'm that good of a person. I'm too self-absorbed. I think a person that truly is all that is someone that really gives a hoot about all the other people in their world, in their lives. That person's all that. I mean, they're not about themselves. They're about the rest of the world. They're about others, me Devil talking about needing a new CPU. My machine, they managed. I don't know how they did it. They actually had to tear that drive apart, reassemble it, and they managed to burn about 90% of the data off of that hard drive. It was seized up. And it had what they called hammer scars in it, because there's, it's like a brush in there with a steel head that's writing to the disk. And that had actually bottomed out, hit the disk, and left these hammer scars in the disk, and that's where data was lost. But they managed to recover 90% of my data off of that drive. And they got that machine back up and running. So here I get to use it as a secondary machine operating these peripheral programs. Nothing real important, but Both machines are redundant. I've got a switchboard right back here behind me, a series of 6 buttons, and I can select what drives I want to work off of either machine. And some of those drives are just a pair of redundant drives, 8 terabytes, and whatever I'm doing on one machine, I can back it all up on one of those 8 terabyte drives. And I can use it off of this other machine with just a press of a button. And I can access that drive and that data. Same with the other machine. I can access everything from the other machine off of those central hard drives. So if either one of these machines went to toast, my concern is the cost of replacing the hardware because the data is safe. I've got all that data backed up. And if one of my data sources craps out, I just got to worry about the cost of replacing that hard drive because it's also saved on another one. The odds of the whole system being crapped out in the environment I'm keeping it in is very, very minimal. So, yeah. Oh, me, Dibble, you are great. You're great. Well, thank you. I mean, thank you. And I try so hard. I've met so many people here on YouTube that have such awesome channels and they post awesome videos. The videos, I have to say, I catch as many as is actually physically possible. You know, there's only just so much time in a day. And I put hours daily into YouTube, watching other people's work and seeing what they're doing and seeing, I want to know they're okay too. And I can tell a lot of times by their video work, what are they posting? What's going up? But their live streams, I'm not able to watch all of their live streams. And, people do an hour-long live stream or 2 hours. Some people do 3 hours. Well, when you've got 40 or 50 people you're trying to keep up with, their live streams, you can't watch 40 2-hour live streams 3 times a week. You just physically can't do it. And I try to watch at least 20, 30 minutes of any live stream that my followers put up. I try to watch enough of it. They get some good watch time and they get my thumbs up. So oh, there you go. If you still have the hard drive and you can't get it to boot up anymore, I bet you I've got, in fact, it's packed away still. I got to get to it. But I got a hard drive reader. I can drop 3 different types of hard drives into this reader, connected into it. And it's direct cable to a sound machine. And I can take a hard drive, an old hard drive. In fact, I took one out of this 3rd desktop I have, and I dropped it in there and hardwired it into this powerhouse I got, and I pulled everything off of that hard drive because the operating system was on that hard drive and it wouldn't let you access anything. The operating system went to crap on it. So I put the hard drive in that reader, connected to this good machine, and I'm using the operating system off this good machine to read the files. I'm opening all the files, staying away from the operating system on that hard drive, just looking at the files, at the data, and I transferred all that data onto a new hard drive. Threw the old hard drive out. It's crap. Got a new hard drive, put a fresh operating system on it, then transferred all those files, all that data I stole off the old hard drive, transferred it back on. Fires up, runs like a dream. Yeah. And that machine runs on XP. So when I transferred the files over, I didn't alter them. So they're original format. So when I put them back on that drive, XP read them just like they were just freshly put there. Yeah. Dean, the dancing machine. It's good to see you. Another channel name I just love. Boy, that's great. I love it. So Lori, yeah, someone out there, I bet you can pull all the data off of that drive for you. Yep. Lawn Dog says, I copy many YouTube broadcasts for the channels I watch because you're right. I just don't have time to see them all. So I record them. There you go. If you got the space to record them, I like certain things because I archive a lot of stuff, or I'll put in compressed files. I currently have 6.3 terabyte of data from the inception of my channel all the way up to today, 6 years worth of data. And it includes all of my raw video footage. Now, raw video footage sometimes is 4 hours long and it turns into a half-hour video. I've got all 4 hours of that original raw footage. I keep everything. I'd rather buy more hard drives than throw that stuff out. I go back and I look at some of that old material. I really do. I go back and I look for things where I can grab a still shot out of, So yeah, that's just me. I don't expect other people to do that. Yeah. Computer towers. Yeah, that's the case that all of your hardware is in. Yeah. Yeah, Lawn Dog's got a bunch of old XP machines. No, this one, it's like owning a PlayStation 1. I own it, but I really don't play it, man. Once in a great while. Yeah. That's what that machine's. And it's got some old files on it, ancient, in a sense, files that I just want to. They're archived in that machine, and the machine runs great. So leave it alone, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing. Yeah, and see, my raw material's all in compressed files because it can take up a lot of space, especially if you're doing anything HD, 1080 or 4K. Now you're talking big files. Yeah. I don't know. Running Water bought these 8 terabyte external hard drives, and they were pretty reasonable. He got them for a really good price, but I don't recall him ever telling me exactly what they were. And I love them. The one has over 4 terabyte used on it right now. Now, if I were to uncompress a lot of those files, I'd fill that thing. I would damn near fill that thing. But then I have 3 2 terabyte drives on this one machine. I've got the 8 on this one. The other 8 is a backup. And on this machine, I've got 3 internal drives and 1 2 2 terabyte external. So this one's got 2, 4, 6, 8, and 8 is 6. It's got 16 terabyte on this one machine. This other machine, 8, 10, 12, 14 terabyte on that machine. Yeah. But yeah, you know, well, you can, yeah, you know, you can go with SSDs, you know, you can, you know, external SSDs. You can go with solid states and avoid mechanical drives, even for external. Yeah. Yeah. I know my 8 terabytes, they're not slow. They're not slow. I can take a 3-hour live stream, raw video, and dump it on that drive, and it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to drop 3-hour video on there, 3 to 5 minutes. And that would be with, a lot of times I'll move a whole file folder over. It's got 150 files in it, and they're all video files, and it'll take a half an hour. 150 large video files in one folder takes half hour, and I'll be transferring multiple things at a time. Yeah. See, that's it, Lori. I've had hard drives that crapped out on me that had what I consider heirloom data on it, old family pictures and things that can't be replaced, where I had scanned them, and then the pictures later got destroyed, but I had them scanned, and then that hard drive got destroyed. So yeah, I know how you feel. I would definitely have someone try to pull that data off that old drive of yours. Yeah, they can do it. They can do it. Yeah, if you're just playing a video off of an old hard drive, they're fine. But yeah, you know. And again, it's what do you want to invest in things and stuff, you know. But real quick, back on the topic of I'm not all that. I'm not all that. Let the world decide what you are to them. If they think you're all that, let them think that way. Let them think that way. You can say to them, I'm not all that. It's not going to matter to them what you say to them, because we all decide who's what to us, right? And it's like I said, my audience, all my friends on YouTube, you're all that to me. You're all that to me. You're so important in my life. You're going to always be all that to me. And it's just the way I live. And I don't always agree with everybody. Everybody doesn't always agree with me, on and on. Doesn't change a thing, because you guys are still all that. Whether you agree with me or not, you're all that. You're great people, and you're real. See, you don't have to be a person that says, I'm all that. If you're just being real, and the friends, the people you surround yourself with are real. I've heard it. I've heard it from every one of you out there. I've heard joy. I've heard fear. I've heard heartbreak. I've heard it from all of you. And that's because you're real. You're real. And you're not going around, I'm all that. You're just sharing reality with those that are willing to hear and listen. That's why I don't want to be all that. I just want to be one of you. If I accomplish something, I don't mind a little pat on the back, but let's not go overboard, because I'm just one of you. I'm no better. I'm no worse. I'm not all that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel real sometimes. I feel like I'm a dream. the Lawn Dog says, "Oh yeah, I like to grow tomato plants and pepper plants. Now that's pretty local." No, 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 no. Now that I live at Running Waters, I have a yard. I've got a yard. It needs a lot of work, but before the end of this summer, I'm going to do a video this spring before I start any of the work on the yard. Then I'm going to do an after video at the end of the season, so that people can see the dramatic change we're going to have out in this yard. First thing I'm putting out there. Now, I have a hard time consuming solid foods, so I can't grow a big garden because I'm not going to be able to eat it. And I don't have enough local people that would be coming to get it, kind of thing, We'll see where I go with it. But I'm going to garden a bit. I want to get maybe some pepper plants. Green peppers for sure, because I love my stuffed green peppers, man. Ooh. But I'm going to get some cherry tomatoes and some pear tomatoes going. And I'm going to do some container gardening this summer. I haven't been able to get my hands dirty gardening let's see, since 2016. So 6 years. I am just antsy. I actually ordered some heirloom non-GMO seeds yesterday. So Sty's going to be gardening, man. I'm going to do some video of that. Hey, look at this. The old guy hasn't lost it, like riding a bike. I love my own homegrown tomatoes, especially the cherry tomatoes. I grow cherry tomatoes. I'm out there picking in buggers. I got pockets full and I'm eating them just like candy, The 7 tomato plants, yeah. 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 I just for giggles, I put in a little home garden, and I was growing carrots and radishes. I grow radishes whenever I'm gardening. I got several rows of radishes going. They grow so fast, and I love radishes just like the little cherry tomatoes. But we put a garden in with all the variety going in it. And we lived in a trailer, a mobile home. And out front of the trailer, there was a garden bed for flowers. All of them flowers had died. The previous owners never took care of nothing. Flowers are all dead. I pulled all them on and tilled that all up. It's only 12 feet long and about 4 feet deep. This raised garden at the front of this trailer. I planted cherry tomatoes in that bugger. You drive by there midsummer, right now, this summer, I could drive by there. The fellow that bought that trailer, and he laughs about it. He keeps telling me, he says, "You want cherry tomatoes? Don't grow your own. Come over here and just stop out front of my trailer. Help yourself." Them buggers. I allowed the tomatoes to drop. What I just couldn't get around to harvesting. I mean, I was harvesting 4 1-gallon buckets of cherry tomatoes off of those cherry tomato plants in that 12 by 4 foot plot every day. during peak season every day. I was hauling them around with me all over town. Hey, you want cherry tomatoes? Here, take a whole bucket. I had all these old ice cream pails. I just fill them up. Here, take a bucket, take a bucket. They're still growing. They were heirloom seeds too. They were heirloom. They weren't hybrids. And so any of those tomatoes that dropped at the end of the season, then I'd pull the plants. But all the tomatoes that had dropped into that bed got tilled into the bed and then mulched. The next spring, I'd rake the mulch off, throw a little fresh composted topsoil in there, and the whole thing would sprout with cherry tomato plants. Never had to plant a seed again. That thing's been going now for 12 years. Cherry tomatoes every year. Love it. Love it. Am I a good cherry tomato grower? No, I'm not all that. I was just damn lucky. So remember, guys, it's the end of the show, and I'm not all that. I'm not all that. You're all that to me. I might be all that to somebody else, but to me personally, I am not all that. I'm just another person, just like you. This fella that isn't all that loves y'all. I want to thank you for being here for the show tonight. And I look forward to seeing you again. Next show is Sunday, Sty Story Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Otherwise, the next Sty Times is Monday evening at 5 p.m. regular, every single show. Until then, you all take very good care of yourselves. You hear? Bye-bye.